Pandas. Pandas. Pandas, 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 pandas. Good morning, my pandas. Welcome to the stream. TGIM. Thank God it's Monday. And if you're like me, if you love trading, you look forward to Monday more than Friday. Because Monday means markets are open, baby. Let's go, baby. Hope everyone had an amazing Thanksgiving. Hope everyone had an amazing time just eating, and I hope everyone had something to be thankful for. I can tell you, I am thankful for this community, and I am glad that we are able to trade together today. Pandas, my pandas. Sorry for the late start. Long weekend, if you know what I mean. But I'm glad that we're here, we're beginning. And the market's about to open in 5 minutes, and sorry that, a little late. So, not going to have much time to do the pre-market analysis. But, I will say, I had a weekend update and on the S&P 500. And I mentioned in my Discord that we had these triple wedges here on these intraday charts. And I said that if we were able to break below this low, then we could have some serious downwards movement. But as you can see, we gapped up. We weren't even close, and ever since we gapped up, we have just been on a tear to the upside. But on my 2K chart, you can see I have this blue line here. And this blue line is actually on the daily, the 20 EMA on the daily chart. And you can see that where the 20 EMA is on the daily, you can see here on the right side, 46.49. You can see with this little marker here. I put it at around 46. If I put it at 46.49, I can put 46.49. 46.49. You can see that we tapped it before it was down here because the market was lower. But since the market rose and the 20 EMA changes as the market rises, we can see that we are up here and we just tapped it, and now we have hit the 20 EMA from beneath. I mentioned on my weekend update, if we were able to have some follow through here, we can have a measure move, and we have these obvious targets that we had for this surprise bar. But pandas, right now we have no follow through. This is why you have to wait for the follow through. Right now we came all the way back up to 20 EMA. We could peek above it and make some sort of trap play here, but we will have to wait and see, pandas. I did mention we might come back up and make a trap here, and then that reverses, and we are, in my opinion, have a really high chance to come down and break down here. But right now, no follow through on this surprise bear bar, and this is what the current market conditions are. So we're gonna play as it is. But pandas, good morning. Dim Chon, thanks for waiting, guys. Let me say good morning to a couple of my pandas. You guys have been waiting for a while. Dim Chon, good morning. Welcome. Richard Belmont from Colombia, welcome. AJ, good night from India. I am your big fan, AJ. Thanks for joining. Icky, good morning from Chicago. Tom Ans, welcome back. Vincent Naives, good morning. Power Trader from LA, good morning. Duncan Kilgore from Tulsa, good morning, good morning. Bernadette, good morning from sunny but chilly New York. Let me know what the temperature is over in New York. Duncan Kilgore, a little chilly in Tulsa too. Mayday Amy, good morning. Not sure if I've seen that name before, but thanks for joining the chat and joining the stream. Glad you're here. Phil W with our second entry, Panda here. Good morning. Good to be back at it. Let's go, baby. Speedy Boy, good morning from London. Mike Boluskus, good morning from North Carolina. My first time catching the stream. Welcome to the stream. Sorry for the late start. D. Lou with the second entry, Panda. Hello from the SoCal region. Sumanth, good evening from Singapore. Sorry, just a little late. Kelly Ann, the coolest grandma panda ever trading. And Kellyanne is killing it. I'll just say that right now. Kellyanne is killing it on our Discord. And man, she is, I'm just hoping for the best for her. Sleepy Joe, good evening. We're about to start in 1 minute here. Let me say good morning to a couple of the rest of you guys, at least for my pandas here. Wayne Bicknell, good morning. Brandon Jones, good morning. Kirk Reed, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Glad that you guys can join us. We just hit our heads on the 20 EMA on the daily. That's what this blue line is. I marked this here because I realized we hit like a double top here, but we just broke through it. Came back down to retest. No longer gonna mark that. Keeping my eyes here. Potentially get a trap here right when the market opens. I'm gonna sit on my pause. But pandas, I am up on my Apex account and I'm basically $500 away from getting my 150K funded account. Pandas. I am about $500 away. If you look at the top left of your screen, and for those who are just joining, don't know what Apex is, most of you guys think it's gonna be bull trend day today. Right now, I'm doing the evaluation to get the 150K funded account on Apex, and yeah, you hit the first pass the evaluation, and this is my journey passing the evaluation, and currently I'm about $500 away from the goal, passing the evaluation here. We do have a trap here, and it's very tempting actually, but it's right at market open, right at its head on the 20 EMA here on the daily. Looks like it's going to give us a nice scalp here, but I'm just sitting on my pause. I want a few candles to develop here so we can get a good idea of the direction of today. Could have came back in there. Just sitting on my pause here. This blue line is the 20 EMA on the daily. So I'm just sitting on my pause here. That doesn't even trap out right there. It doesn't scalp out. Reversal bar. Interesting. Doesn't scalp out there. That's a failed scalp to the upside. Failed trap currently. Sitting on my pause though. Potentially we can get it today or tomorrow, pandas. Today or tomorrow. Finish the Apex evaluation. We're hitting our heads on a 20 EMA and that trap fails here. That's concerning for the bulls because every trap should make a point here on the upside if we're in a strong uptrend. If we could be reversing here, that could be our reversal point. Sitting on my pause though. Sitting on my pause. Man, that's a scary trap. That's why I skipped that trade, pandas. Unsure right there what was going to happen. Breaker trend to new high. Could have a reversal here, pandas. Could have a nice reversal here. Hard to say. Just watching, waiting. Ooh, strong push down. Maybe I should take in that reversal play, but tricky. Computer is struggling a little more than usual. Don't know what's going on. Oh man, I don't know why it keeps doing this. I hate to, lose quality of the stream just because my computer is struggling. It shouldn't be struggling. I'm just watching. Right, breaker trend to new high, and I have no setup right now. This setup right here maybe could have possibly done that right off that resistance failed trap. The reason why I didn't enter that is because we were hitting our heads on the 20 EMA on the daily, and I did not want to fight against that. As you can see on the daily chart, we are hitting our heads on that 20 EMA. It's about 50% of the way up on this surprise bear bar. About 50% mark of this big bear bar. And we're able to find a nice reversal here. Maybe this might reverse big time. But sitting on my pause here, nevertheless. I would need a setup first. Still waiting for a setup to enter short. No setups yet. Maybe a two-legged pullback here to go short, potentially. Need a two-legged pullback, need our setup, A, B, C. Need our setup here. If you guys don't know, we trade only one single setup, the two-legged pullback. We're trying to find one here on this reversal here, off of the resistance, failed trap. But it might, the market may not give us our two-legged pullback. It might just be a single first entry and it might break below here. If it breaks below this low, then we lose our two-legged pullback. Two-legged pullback still intact. Nope, we lost our two-legged pullback. Market wasn't not being nice to us. Market was being stingy right there. Market was being very stingy. Didn't even give us our two-legged pullback. First entries only. Just watching. 10,000 tick chart. You can see we're still in the trading range on a 10,000 tick chart. Trading range could still be viable. Hit the bottom of the trading range on the 10K. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream, Pandas. If you guys just joining in, I am currently up. Whew. Yeah, I have less than $500 to go. If you look at the top left of your screen, my goal is $159,000. I'm at $158,000. $500. $158,500. So about $500 more to go. That's like 2 scalps for me around, Pandas. 2 successful scalps and I can be funded, and then we'll start trading our funded account. $150,000. Apex trading. Also, if you're interested in getting an Apex account, there's a pinned message in the chat. There's a coupon code, and so hopefully you guys can take advantage of that coupon code. Pandas. What is the market going to give us? Maybe a two-legged pullback here. Just happens to bounce off the 20 EMA on the 10,000 tick chart, right? The 20 EMA is acting as support. We have not yet broken below it, as in we have not made a measure, a moving average gap underneath the 20 EMA on the 10,000 tick chart. We do have a two-legged pullback here, but bouncing off a support on the higher time frame. So you're kind of wondering what's going to be happening here. Like, is this actually a downtrend, or are we going to just be in a trading range? Bad signal bar. Not interested. Bad signal bar. Ooh, good signal bar. Oh, I kind of want to enter this. Kind of want to go short here. That's too late. I wanted to go short there on a two-legged pullback. I didn't realize how good that signal. I was looking at the other time frames and I just missed that scalp. Ooh, that was a two-legged pullback right there. A, B, C, right off the 20 EMA. Simple as that. I was also a little hesitant because the 10,000 tick chart, we were right on the 20 EMA, bouncing off of it. Just enough room to make a scalp. This could continue lower. I'm not saying it can't, but right now it's finding a little support right here. Pretty good scalp there for anyone who took it. I'll just focus on the other charts right now, and kind of got distracted. Follow through here. Follow through. Measure move. That's what we're looking for now. Looking for that measure move. Down to here. That's what I would look. That's what I would be looking for. That follow through, but that follow through kind of fails here. Coming back to the 20 EMA. Like right now on the 10,000 tick chart, we are scrunched between the 240 SMA and the 20 EMA, and you can see the price action respecting both these lines right now. Market being a little confused. There is some transition of trades happening here, right? And I know that from the price action is telling me Bears took their profits, bulls are entering, and now we're getting an exchange of trades here. I know that 100% is happening because of the price action. I'm just watching, pandas. I'm just watching here. I don't have a setup that I like right now. This two-legged pullback, decent. And then you're thinking maybe measure move, but this measure move, I don't think is going to play out. Not sure that's going to play out anymore. Especially as we're finding ourselves with strong bull bar. Right, 10,000 tick chart, we're still finding support here. Another push down, first entry short here. This reversal could be strong. We could continue our uptrend here with this. Ooh, or not. Very interesting. It's just finding equilibrium right here. Hard to trade this in my opinion. Like, that's the first entry. I'm not entering that. But I'm trying to think what happens afterwards, right? I'm trying to think if this triggers, what am I trying to do after? Am I going to wait for the second entry short, or am I going to enter this second entry long? The only way I'll really go long here is with a trap to the long side, and that's what I'll be waiting for. A good signal bar to go long, but now we're finding ourselves at the top of this trading range. I would only really go long with a trap to the long side. As you can see, we're balancing perfectly in here. We have not broken this high yet, so technically we can make this measure move still. Wow, alright. This is just incredible. The 10K chart right now, we're literally pinched between the 240 SMA and the 20 EMA. My two moving averages. The only two moving averages I ever have. I'm going to take a trap to the long side here though, pandas. Thinking we're going to have another push up. Looking at the 5-minute chart as well. Finding some support on the 20 EMA. Strong failed breakdowns here. Just watching. I would like a trap to the long side, so I want to fail second entry short right here and a reversal. I'll take this reversal, pandas. If this traps, I'm going to take it. But that's only if it traps, only if it reverses up now. I'm willing to take this trap on an outside bar reversal. Willing to risk, you know, these 3 points here. Trap's about to trigger. Trap doesn't trigger yet. It's getting choppy though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 overlapping bars. This trap could fail. It could potentially fail. And I understand the risk here, but I'm going to take it, thinking it's worth. And it's currently failing. It failed right away. Technically, we're still good. This is our signal bar here. Technically, we're still good in this. Just waiting here, but you can tell that there's some chop here. That my mistake could have been just trying to enter and chop. And that could be a mistake, but the setup is okay. Context, not so hot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 now overlapping bars, and we could reverse here. Just finding ourselves in choppiness. And I could have made a mistake. And I did recognize the chop here, but I just saw the setup. I saw the trap upwards. That's kind of what I was waiting for, and it happened, so kind of hard to skip the setup that I was looking for a while, and it just happened. So I'm in the trade, and I'm willing to lose this. But very, very choppy here. Very choppy here. Could still make our measure move down. Right, we still have not broken up this high. We triggered a trap to the bottom side. Just waiting, just waiting. Either I lose it or scalp out. I'm completely okay with either outcome. I think at the end, I went into one, you know, this consolidation area, which I knew was clearly here. And I traded against it. And so that was my mistake. Regardless if this scalps out now, I think it's a bad trade because I should have already made my point. And the fact that it's doing this, it's already a bad trade. You know, I know the scalp wasn't good because of how it's reacting, and if it makes a point, I still think the scalp was bad. Almost want to just skunk it because recognizing this is probably a bad trade. Sitting on my pause. If it breaks below here, I mean, I'll probably get stopped out right now. Most likely get stopped out. It's all good, pandas. Got stopped out right there. And that's what you get for trading the chop. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 overlapping bars before my bar even triggers here. I just saw my setup with the trap to the upside, reversing this downtrend, right? New low, breaker trend, new low. And, you know, you get out when you have to get out. You lose that trade, you move on. I was hoping for a nice runner here back up to our resistance here, but it's doing what I thought it was going to do. Potential measure move. It's all good, pandas. It's all part of the game. Pandas, hope you guys are doing better than me. I took a decent trade, but at the end was bad because obviously we found that equilibrium. I thought we were gonna break out to the upside there with that, but end up reversing on us and breaking down. And you know, the risk reward, you know, it wasn't that bad. It's just, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 3.5 points. We take the hit, we take it on the chin, move on. But the measure move might be hit now. I mean, I saw that Pikachu fail and reversing, and I just, you know, thought it was a breaker trend to new low here, but it was not good enough. This new low was not good enough. Pushing down pretty strongly now. I was 500 away. Now I'm about 1,000 away from finishing my goal, pandas. It's all good. We can make it up. Even on this, during the stream, if we have good volatility, we can make it up even on the stream. 240 SMA here, and I'm not going to go short into it, thinking it might act as support. We haven't hit it in a while, ever since we broke out. This will be our first touch on it. So I'm not going to trade a trap into it. Back to reverses here. Two-legged pullback. May trade a trap trade here now, pandas. This could be our two-legged pullback here, right? Breaker trend to new low, and we could have a reversal here. But hard to say. I'm just waiting. I just need another setup. I don't have a setup right now. Could be in a strong downtrend day today, but I don't know, pandas. It's unsure. I should have maybe respected the bounce off the 20 MA a little bit more. Man, we're reversing strong now. So this was the breaker trend to new low, what we were waiting for, and that new low was created with a two-legged pullback. A, B, C. That two-legged pullback was enough to reverse the market here. That move was down. Couldn't even get to our measure move before reversing here. No setups right now. I might have entered it if it was a failed trap, but I mean, I was looking at this measure move thinking it hit the measure move, so not much reason to go long until this measure move is hit. Brandon Jones just passed his 50K evaluation. Congrats, congrats. Hey, you got there before me. I'm just waiting for mine. I took one bad trade here in the choppiness, trying to go long on that failed trap to the long side, Pikachu trap to the long side, and it reverses on me. You know, thinking that this was good enough for the new low, but really it wanted this for the new low. Currently the 5-minute chart here. 5-minute chart looks like this. Hit the bottom of this trend line perfectly and bounced off of it on the 5-minute. Tries to reverse here, but strong push down, pandas. Very funny. Look at where this bar stops. Stops right here. Stops right at the break of this bar, and so comes down, stop all your runners, and then reverses back up. That's what the market wanted to do. I'm gonna trade trap trade to the long side here. If this traps to the long side, I'll be interested in entering once again to the long side. And you might be like, Panda, are you a glutton for punishment? Yes, I am. I'm gonna go long again, thinking my premise is still good. Break a trend to new low. But we need to trigger our second entry short, pandas. We haven't triggered yet. Just waiting for that to trigger before we take the trap to the long side. And if we trap here and this trap fails, I'm thinking actually strong downtrend day. So I'm gonna take my last hit up here, one last chance to reverse the market. I will need a second entry short to trigger first. Hasn't triggered yet, just watching. So second entry short right here, about to trigger. I need to trade a trap to the long side here. Very interesting that we stopped right here at this breakdown candle. Found its resistance here. Hit its head right there. Very interesting. Doesn't come and trap. Doesn't give us our trap yet. Still waiting for our trap. You could take the second entry short here if you're thinking this is strong downtrend now. But this reversal off of that right there made me think no. Taking this trap again. Taking another trap trade here, pandas. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm thinking this is going to be a reversal here. I'm going to take this another trap, another chance here. Another shot. I'm going to take it actually right here. Yep. Exactly where I want to take it. See if we can scalp out here. And if this trap's here, then that could be a strong reversal. If this trap fails, this could be a strong reversal here. Just watching, just watching. Watching. Sitting on my pause. I want 2 points on this one here. I'm trying to get for 2 points on this. Because if it does explode, it might explode strong. Reverse. Just watching here. Sitting on my pause. Nothing to do other than watch this trade play out. Again, I'm entering in a spot where it's just the market gets confused. On a trap trade, it should be easy to reverse this, right? Break a trend to new low, trap off the 20 MA. Nice reversal spot right here. Sitting on my pause. Waiting for my trade to finish. Not touching anything, not going to touch my stops. Just letting it play out. Not going to skunk anything, just going to let it play out. Let it play out here. Getting 2 points. Ooh, 2 points might have been greedy. We're trying to get 2 points. Might have been greedy right there. Ooh, we are hitting our trend line right now and might reverse off this trend line. Ooh, that 2 points. One of those 2 points. Just watching. Missed my target by 1 tick. Still watching this, pandas. Still waiting. But that fails to reverse, as you can see, and now reversing to the downside. Ooh, this might be another big hit. But it is what it is, pandas. I'll take the hit here, thinking we could have got a nice reversal play. And pandas! Oh, man. Pandas! 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 Tricky market, pandas. Right when I thought that trap was gonna... It does scalp out, though. It does scalp out. I was getting maybe a little greedy. I don't know if it was greed, but I was thinking if this reverses, I can get at least 2 points. And apparently not. The market says, no, not today. You're only good with 1 point scalps right now. And I should have gone out with 1 point. Could have got 1 point, just my runner gets stopped out. But instead, reverses. This trap actually fails to reverse the market. And we're getting... Pandas, I was so close to finishing my Apex evaluation, and now, pandas, it wants to make the reversal after stopping me out. It's all good. Right premise, wrong timing. That's what it is sometimes. You know, we had this triangle playing out here. Triangle finally breaks out right now. The one more hit on the bottom of this triangle. It wanted to do one more hit, bounce off of it. Now makes that point. And, you know, that's trading. Sometimes that happens. And it is what it is. Pandas, my pandas. And by the way, that's not a revenge trade. This was a calculated trade that I thought was going to reverse the market. It's not a revenge trade. You know, revenge trade would be like entering random trades that doesn't make sense. This, again, was according to my setup. Thinking we'll push up here. And we are pushing up now. Just happens to happen after we make one more push down, and we had the setup, we had the trap to the long side, and yeah, we had our setup. You know, it is what it is. Break a trend to new low, right on this uptrend, and it is what it is. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. I happen to lose 2 in a row right now, and I know it looks like a lot, and this is why I typically trade only 2 contracts during stream. But I was so close to finishing my evaluation, I just said might as well just, you know, scalp out and just get it over with on the stream. So I just went back to my regular trading size. Pandas, so close, pandas. I'm so close to finishing Apex evaluation. Now I'm about $1,500, $1,800 away from finishing. It's all good, pandas. It's gonna take a little longer than I thought. It was good enough for a scalp, though. Let's just say that. It was good for a 1 point scalp, and I just maybe got a little greedy. Wanted the 2 points. I don't know if it was greed or if it was calculated, but it missed my target by 1 tick and reversed on me. So now I'm waiting for another setup, and it actually ends up reversing after it stops me out. So it is what it is, pandas, and it hurts, but I'm not even mad about that trade. Just I'm mad because obviously, you know, losing money is not good. But I'm not mad entering. I thought that was a good trade, and I just felt fine losing that because of I thought the setup was good. And you know, it is what it is. Sometimes even the good setups. I mean, it could have been the chop. I'm not sure the choppiness. I mean, it wasn't very choppy. Even I mean, when this triggered, it wasn't very choppy. It looked regular. Like a regular price action here, but maybe I didn't take account of the triangle here that was forming, and we hit the top of the triangle and came back to the bottom triangle and then finally popped up to the upside. Maybe I didn't take in consideration this triangle that was forming, and that could have been my mistake. But man, oh man, I mean, I thought the setup was okay. I thought the setup was good. I really thought so. Oh, man, that hurts. But we found ourselves back into this little consolidation area here, and we're finding another consolidation in this area. I'm not sure if this is going to be one of those areas where it just really comes back and forth here all day, every day. Actually, I didn't realize there was consolidation right here, carrying it through here. Huh. This line right here is acting funny. Very interesting. Just sitting on my pause though. I don't have a good setup right now because I'm unsure of our market cycle. You know, I could take this trap again, but at this point, I'm not really feeling like going long. Not feeling going long at all. Sitting on my pause. Again, getting choppy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down about 1,300 right now, pandas, and I'm gonna just relax a little bit and just kind of wait for the market cycle to be very clear on my next trade. I'm still waiting for that. See, even this trade going long, I don't think it's that bad of a trade, but I'm skipping it because I'm just, you know, I've had a bunch of traps fail on me already, right? This trap failed, right? This one actually is nice and makes a scalp pretty easily, the one I skip. But, you know, this one fails, this trap fails, this trap fail, or this trap fails here. So entering these trap trades, being patient, and even my patience is not paying off right now. So I'm just sitting on my pause here, thinking that I'm missing something here. And the market cycle I thought we were in is not really what we're in. And it looks like we're just choppy here. We're just really choppy. Strong push down. Makes 2 points. Reverses. Tricky today, pandas. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I got hit 2 times, and sometimes it happens. You lose 2 trades in a row, and I'm completely okay with that. But right now, I'll just say the market is a little tricky right now. We're above the 20 MA. Looks like an uptrend at the moment, but still a little tricky for me. Pushes hard. Good push up. Now we're above the 20 MA. I wouldn't be surprised if this comes back down to the bottom of this trading range right here. Something about this area is making the market act strangely. Going in an uptrend now, but choppy all the way up. Hard to say what's gonna happen today, pandas. Unsure. Still unsure what's happening right here. Very choppy, very tricky. Man, that trap, very tricky. It does scalp up, man, but that is tricky. Tricky. Reverses back into our trading range on the 2000 tick chart. Perhaps coming back to the bottom, but we shall see. Still waiting for some sort of move here. Too choppy, in my opinion. The fact that this trap failed made me feel like the market's doing something weird. It's weird. Like, the market's being weird right now. And I gotta take that as I gotta take advantage of that weirdness. And I trade kind of opposite what I typically trade. Like, I'm not gonna trade trends now. I'm not gonna look for reversals. I'm gonna look for a trading range and fade these breakouts. That's what I'm looking for now. I'm trying to fade breakouts at the moment. If we can get them. Hopefully I can fade enough breakouts where I can at least make my money back and hopefully go green even. Fading these breakouts right now. Well, pandas on pandas. Welcome to the stream. Just those for just joining. I'm Baba Money. And today I'm living true to my name. Whew. I was so close to finishing the Apex evaluation. I got two failures in a row, 2 scalps in a row that failed. And this is where I'm at now. And so we're going to have to build back up a little bit. But I know it looks bad 1300 down, but it's nothing, pandas. Just stick to the plan, and even today I might end up green. If you stick to the plan, and right now the plan is the market cycle is choppy, and we're gonna try to fade these breakdowns, breakouts. Right now we have this trading range. I'm gonna try to fade a breakdown here, but I need a two-legged pullback at least. I want a two-legged pullback to come back into this area. Market's being weird though. I will say that market's being unusual. When the market's acting unusual, typically market cycle is trading range. You get these big movements up and down here. And that's why people get chopped up in these trading ranges, because movements are so quick. People think, oh, the trend has started and we're going to continue this trend. But really in these trading ranges, it moves quickly up and down, making you think it's going to go into these ranges. Getting rid of this this measure move because I missed it. Bottom of the trading range, back to the top of the trading range currently. And today's one of those days that I think the trading range indicator might be very valuable. Very valuable. But I am currently, thank you for joining my Apex journey as I get my $150,000 funded account. And I am just excited to get to it. I'm very close, but I was about $500 away from completing, less than $500 away from completing it. And I just got hit with two bad scalps. Got hit twice. It is what it is. But, you know, stick to the plan. We're almost there, pandas. We have a higher low here coming back to the top of the trading range. I may take this higher low just to scalp right there to get the top, but I'd rather just sit on my pause. I'd rather be in the bottom here and then wait for this to go up. But right now I'm thinking fading the breakouts, playing these trading ranges. Pandas, my pandas. Pushing back down, back to the bottom of the trading range. This is why I didn't want to trade in the middle of the trading range right there. And this looks bad. This looks very bearish, but in my opinion, it doesn't mean anything to me, you know. Well, it does mean one thing. We didn't get back to the top of the trading range, which was unusual. I wasn't going to go short here, but because I think we're in a trading range, something odd happened here is that we think we're going to come back to the top. We missed it by a half a point, and reverses on us, and it breaks below here, which is where you would have your stop. But for those who are trading the trading range correctly, will scale in. We'll be scaling in right now. Maybe coming out break even right there. Right now, I'm not gonna fade this breakdown or this breakout because, or this breakdown, yeah, breakdown, because something interesting happened here, right? We come up, we're trying to come back to the top of the trading range, but we didn't, we missed it. And rather we come back down, we go below the previous pivot. And so you see strength from the bears right here currently. So I'm not super confident entering long here because I'm not sure how many pushes down they have left. They might have another push down, they might have one more push down. It might be an H4 type failure. My pandas. The market cycle right now I think is still trading range, and I will be trading it accordingly here. I'll go long here. Try to break down one more time. It's a good signal bar though. Not good enough for me. I'd like a better signal bar than that. Ends up being a doji. Could be one more push down here. But this is the bottom of the trading range. Typically you fade this breakdown. Sitting on my pause. I wasn't gonna take that because I mean it was another failed breakdown, right? You got 1, 2, 3 pushes down in the bottom of the trading range. Makes a scalp here, but didn't like that. Didn't like that signal bar. Didn't like it. That might have one more push down in it, and you know I was wrong. Comes back up to the top of the trading range. The tricky thing is it didn't make it here last time, so I'm not sure if it's gonna make it here this time either. It could be making lower lows now, but you know, looking at it, most likely to come back up here to the top, to the red, top of the trading range. Just a tricky play, but you get the micro double bottom here. Tricky play in my opinion. Market's being very tricky. In fact, it misses it again. Doesn't hit the top of the trading range. It hits the top right here. This is acting as some sort of resistance. I think sooner or later it will come back to the red here. I think. Yeah, it just hit the red. So now we're at the bottom trading range, back to the top of the trading range. Breaking above it now. We have this triangle forming, as you can see. This triangle from this, the bottom here, bouncing off of it. 1, 2, 3 times, bounced off of it. 1, 2, 3 times now on the top of it. So we have this triangle. We're in triangle mode. We're in triangle right now. That means breakout mode. But the triangle's large, so we can have more failed breakdowns, more failed breakouts. And this is what the market's doing. This triangle needs to resolve. But in the meantime, you can play the triangle because it's big enough. From the top to the bottom. Right, with this strong bear bar, I told you I'm not scared of this, as in like I'm not worried it's going to really break down. Because most likely it's going to reverse back into the trading range, which is exactly what it did. I just was hesitant because I didn't like that signal bar right there. I had my order and I canceled it because the signal bar was bad. If you gave me a decent signal bar, just like a maybe solid green bar, just a green bar at all, then I might have entered long, but not worth the risk. Could have had one more push down in my opinion. Could have had one more push down. Sitting on my paw still. No setups for us. I'm a little bummed out. Got 2 hits in a row. I actually want to finish the Apex on stream, so I actually might wait. I might bring this, you know, I might bring it back up off stream and then, you know, wait till the stream tomorrow to actually complete. I want to complete it with you guys. That'd be awesome. Top of the trading range, but not interested in going short here at the moment. The reason being is because these bars are a little choppy, and so we can actually have a failed breakout and then reverse. This is not looking like what I want it to look like to enter a short there. Even though we are on the top of the trading range. Ends up giving us a absolute scalp. Still scalps out for us. Top of the trading range, also the triangle. I didn't like this two-leg pullback. If it was a two-legged pullback, I didn't like it though. A, B, C is a little teeny two-legged pullback, but it is what it is. It is a two-legged pullback. Not sure which way this is going to resolve, but this triangle is proving to be pretty confirmed at the moment. Right now in the middle, the triangle, no man's land. Makes a scalp though. Big triangle forming here, waiting for it to resolve. Just watching. Man, oh man. Chopped me up 2 times with this trap and this trap. Man, chopped me up 2 times. Unfortunate, pandas. I'm unfortunate. Two-legged pullback here. Just watching. Two-legged pullback. Missed the bottom of the trading range. 10,000 tick chart forming a trap here. A 10,000 tick chart forming a trap. Ooh. Trap looks juicy to take on the 10K chart. Off the 20 MA. Looks decently juicy here. Kind of want to take this on a 10K chart. But you have to go for 2 points because risk is huge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 point risk. Triangle still hitting his head on a triangle trading range as well. Little tricky. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is going to resolve right now. It looks very strong. Like, this trading range looks very strong, actually, at the moment. And even if it does break out to the upside, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes right back down. It's a very strong triangle. Looking at the price action, it's very strong. Hits the top of the triangle, makes the lower high. Right? Lower highs, higher lows. That's what triangles are. Right? These lows are higher. These highs are lower. So making lower highs, keep going down, keep going up. We're at the apex, almost at the apex of the triangle, and it's kind of running out of time. It's kind of like late in the triangle, and if it breaks out now, it can actually just turn to a big trading range. And this might be the kind of day we might have today. Top of the trading range to the bottom of the trading range. We made it. Made it back to the bottom. Alright, we come back to the top. Coming back to the top of the trading range. No setup though. This is a day that the trading range is invaluable. Bottom of the trading range, back to the top of the range. Top of the trading range to the bottom of the trading range. It's a trading range clinic. It's basically a promotion. Today's just a promotional video of the trading range indicator and how it works. Using pure price action, the trading range indicator marks our range for us. It actually uses the amount of points it hits on the top and bottom. It uses those points to mark these trading ranges. As you can see here, marks this trading range beautifully. Marks this trading range beautifully. To the bottom, back to the top, from one perfect hit to a perfect hit. This is insane. The trading range indicator, you cannot script it any better than that. You know, sometimes I get shocked at how accurate the trading range indicator is. Literally hitting the bottom to the top perfectly. And, you know, when you use price action, that's what happens. I made the indicator just purely using rules, like price action rules of the indicator, or trading ranges, and it just happens to work perfectly. But sitting on my pause here, we're still in this triangle, and we're very late in the triangle now. And, you know, usually you want the triangle to break out around the 80% mark. And the fact that it didn't break out yet makes me think that even though we break out this triangle, we're going to get sucked back into it. It's going to turn to a really big trading range. It could be a huge trading range day today. Huge, what I mean by huge, I mean a very long trading range. It could just be a trading range for a long time. Even if it breaks out, it can come back into it sometime today. This is how the 5 minute looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 overlapping bars in a row on the 5 minute. 10K. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 bars in a row. Absolutely amazing. Just complete chop. And I recognize once this trap failed, I realized, man, something weird's happening. We're gonna be in choppiness. Top of the trading range to the bottom of the trading range. Fortunately, no setups for us. Looks like it's going to break out here, pandas. I know it wants to look like it wants to break out. I think it's too late. I think it's too late for it to break out. If it breaks out, I wouldn't be surprised it comes back in. Really wouldn't be surprised. This triangle is so large. We could really be in this triangle all day. And what ends up happening is we just keep extending this triangle, all these new pivots. So many failed breakouts. Let's just say I'm just sitting on my pause almost maybe for an entire day until we know exactly what's happening. Let me go over a couple of my chats here. Coming back to the bottom. Top of the trading range to the bottom of the trading range. I'm gonna hit the bottom. Top to the bottom, top to the bottom. Trading range indicators, just one of those days that when I started seeing this happen here, something was weird. Something was weird. Top of the trading range, back to the bottom trading range. Absolutely amazing, that trading range indicator. We are at the pretty much at the apex of the triangle, and still don't know what's happening. So pandas, did you have an amazing Thanksgiving? Hope your Thanksgiving was amazing, actually. Oh man, I'm just watching. No setups, right? These are all first entries. This is actually a second entry here, but not interested in that. It's absolutely just choppy on the stream. So maybe cannot make up my money on the stream. Definitely because these setups, no setups here within this trading range. Trading range actually is a little too tight. Hard to make points here. Bottom of the trading range to the top of the trading range. The story repeats itself. Trading range indicator marked the trading range way back here with these 3 bars, and it adapted here to the bottom, adapted here to the top, and ever since then, bottom to the top, top to the bottom, bottom to the top, top to the bottom, bottom to the top, top to the bottom, bottom to the top. I mean, how many points is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 points every single time. And if you're able to take advantage of it today, that is a nice day today for you, actually. Just watching. Felt the pain though today for sure. Something interesting here. We do have a trap on the 5-minute chart to the upside. Now, I'm not gonna take this trap because we've been so choppy, but that is a trap to the upside on the 5-minute. To make a pullback, A, B, C fails to make a point and might reverse here. I'm not gonna take it though because of how choppy we are. I think the strength of this chop is stronger than the setup here, but you know that is a trap there. And so there might be a chance this breaks out to the upside because of that trap. When the trap happens in an area like this, you know, it can trigger the breakout. Oh, this is why you wait. Coming back to the bottom of the trading range. Wow. Man, I mean, I should just put maybe limit orders on these, the top and bottom here. Goodness. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Bill Jessel asks, how come you're not taking those trades? It's actually a very fair question. I'm not taking it because I'm not getting my setup. I like this trading range, but the trading range is acting so perfectly right now. I want to fail breakout and I want to fade it. But I cannot fade any of these, right? And there's no second entries. This second entry happens, it triggers in the middle of the trading range. So I want it actually to break below a little bit and I can enter on the second entry. But I cannot, it's not enough room for my setup. So it's a trading range, but just don't have room for my setup here. That's why I'm not entering. If I had a good setup, right, like right here, I wanted a good setup but terrible signal bar. So I didn't take it. But it comes back to the top of the trading range. We're breaking down now. We are breaking down this triangle, finally. This triangle has a breakdown, but in my opinion, this breakdown will not last. This breakdown will not last. It might be kind of strong, but sooner or later, it'll probably come back into this trading range. This trading range is too strong, and I think the market recognizes this trading range, and it's going to keep coming back up here probably for maybe the entire day, at least till half the day, in my opinion. It's going to come back up here into this trading range, and I mean, it could push down hard. I'm not saying it can't push down hard, right? But in my opinion, this trading range has been too long, too strong, and it's going to come back up here. In my opinion. But, you know, this is not financial advice. I'm not going to fade this one, though. I'm not going to fade this. Right? Because you have, you know, 1, 2 strong bear bars in a row, right? Strong bear bar will follow through. Terrible signal bar to enter in if it does trigger up here. Richard Belma, if your chart looks different, you might want to right click and reload your historical. I'll reload my historical since I'm not going to enter a trade anytime soon. Not like that, not looking like this. Ooh, reloading my historical made me lose my trading range actually. It should be up here. But because of reloading it, it actually changed my trading range. It rendered it differently, even here. Reload my historical. That trap fails. The 5-minute chart hitting the bottom of this channel here right now. Trap fails here. Let me go long here. Looking to go long. Another failed trap here. Waiting for this candle to finish before entering long. Entering long here. In this trade. And if I lose here, pandas, I'm sitting on my pause rest of the stream. And you know, I'm gonna just take my 1 point scalp, gonna get a runner, that's it, nothing fancy, no 2 points. Just gonna try to get out. Might not even get my scalp here, but you know, the H4 setup. Pandas, this is death day. Oh man, that's gonna trigger. That's gonna stop me out. That's for sure gonna stop me out. Pandas, I'm dead. I'm dead. My count. It's. I'm done. I'm done for today. Ooh, I was so close. So close to finishing my Apex, and wanted to take the H4 setup here. Trying to fade this breakout or this breakdown. And again, I don't mind entering that trade. It just happens to be 3 trades lost in a row, pandas. And it hurts. It hurts. It truly does hurt. And it is what it is. But pandas, with that trap again, trapping me, I'm sitting in my pause for the rest of the stream. And that's maybe for the rest of the day. I gotta reset. It's just like one of those days where I'm just not reading it right. And it's biting me in the butt. But in all honesty, I don't mind. I didn't mind any of the trades I took. I really didn't. And I'm happy I took them. But at the end, with 3 losses, you gotta know when to stop. And that is my cue to stop. Man, oh man. I wanted to come back in here. We do have a breakdown, but like I said, it could be a strong breakdown too. But I think we're gonna come back into this triangle, you know, sooner or later. Pandas! Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Rip. $2,000 lost day today. It's been a while since I've had this, but we'll make it up. It's just like in my mind, I'm like, man, I hate it because you have that you have the trailing drawdown, and the trailing drawdown makes it just so much more difficult. I'm not looking to go long here now after that trap here, and this trap on the H4 setup on the bottom of the trading range. You know, with that trap, I'm thinking we're going down a little bit more, but it's hard to say. And I can't go short here. I can't go long here for sure. It'll be at this point we're in a downtrend, and it'll be hard to go long here. That trap fails. Makes a point here on the failed trap here. Comes back up. Man, oh man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man. It is what it is. It's one of those days, pandas. Man, so close to. Now I'm like 2,500 away. So annoying, so frustrating. I should have just traded to shit went back to 2 contracts because on stream it's just, man, it's just one of those days, man. One of those days where you're just like, oh, it's gonna reverse here, oh, gets me. And I'm not gonna enter this one. Ends up working out. I'm gonna reverse it here. H4 setup, bottom of trading range. We're failing, trying to fade that breakdown, and you know, it is what it is. You get days like this, and that's the part of the journey, pandas. You know, some bumpy roads along the way, and it is what it is. happening to me a lot, right? Stops me out and then reverses on the next trade. Like, it makes me want to like start scaling in, because basically if I scaled in any of those trades, I would have made it out. But yeah, it is what it is. Man, ends up going the direction you want it to go after, stops you out, versus, you know, could have been like something like this, break a trend to new low. Could have waited for that setup instead of trading the H4. Wanted the H4 because I was waiting a long time to fade this break, this trading range, and yeah, maybe my impatience got to me. But it is what it is, pandas. We can come back to the top of the trading range. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, this trading range is too strong. Even though this triangle broke down here, like this trading range I think is so strong, and we're just come back up to it. Even though we obviously broke down it. Even with this two-legged pullback, you know, it doesn't mean much to me, to be honest. As in, like, I think we're gonna start trending. I don't think we're gonna start trending day today. Again, we got a strong breakdown, but most likely come back into our triangle. The triangle's too strong. It's a pretty strong push down, and I'm willing to change my premise, but yeah. Pandas! Man, death day. The problem is that like every trade I entered in, I like the setup actually. I like them all, and then once this one failed, like even though I like the setup, I was like something's weird. Even though I like these setups, something weird happened and made me think, okay, trading range, long trading range, finally break down. Had the H4, but maybe could have waited for break trend new low, but or scale in, have one scale in to fade this and come out break even. Could have done that as well. Could have managed my trade differently. But you know, 3 losses in a row hurts. But pandas, you know, if you stick to the plan, you actually come back from 3 losses. It's all fine. We have the 10,000 tick chart here, and we have a range on the 10,000 tick chart. So I was watching this as well, thinking we might come back to the bottom of the 10,000 tick chart, come back here and then bounce off of it, but it's hard to say. I mean, this could be a head and shoulders type pattern here, and it could reverse, but in my opinion, this triangle was so strong, so long. I don't think the market has forgotten it. I think it's gonna come back up to at least to the apex, come back to retest the apex here, in my opinion. But I'm just a panda, and obviously I make mistakes big time, as you can see. 3 big mistakes already, and it hurts, and it is what it is. This is what I would consider break a trend to new low. A, B, C, 2-legged pullback. Man. Should have stuck with my 2 contracts. Could have halved my losses here. I'll be willing to take a trap here. If we get a trap, I'll be willing to take it. I'm a glutton for punishment, but I'm willing to take a trap to the long side if we can get it. But unsure if we can get that set up. Pandas. Hey, pandas. Days like this, you hitting that like button, and you guys, you know, basically engaging in the chat. Days like today is what's most important, because, you know, I do this absolutely for free, putting it all out there for you guys. and super vulnerable trading. You know, you guys see exactly what I do every single day, and sometimes you get red days like this, and it is what it is. Yeah, and at this point, you're just trying to do like damage control on your own mentality, your own psyche, and but yeah, I feel okay. I mean, all the trades I entered, I don't regret. I don't regret. It is just what it is, and maybe I regret this one a little bit, but the H4 bottom trading range, worth the risk. Like, everything I think I took was worth the risk, but they're all failing, and now we're pushing down. It makes me think we're just gonna be a strong downtrend day today, because I just realized every trade I took was a long trade, and they all failed. Right? This one failed. This one failed. This one failed, or this one failed. All my long trades have failed. Maybe we could actually have a bear trend day today, but you know, when all your longs fail like that, you're just wondering. You know, it's a miracle that I entered every long that's wrong. Kind of hard to believe. So maybe just strong bear trend day today. Who knows? But trading range, nevertheless, still in my opinion, right? 10K, we're still in this trading range. Huge trading range on the 10K chart. Come back to the bottom trading range on 10K. 2000 tick, we already broke down the trading range, but in my opinion, this triangle has been too strong. Probably come back up to it. Two-legged pullback here. A, B, C. Pandas, my pandas. ABC pattern done on this breaker trend to new low. It does trigger here. Makes me think this can reverse here after this two-legged pullback. But looks like a downtrend at the moment. It is a breaker trend to new low. So I'm sitting on my pause, pandas. Like, I'm not gonna enter any trades right now. Definitely not on stream, at least. 3 losses in a row. Too painful. Interesting. Micro double bottom right here. Makes the push to the absolute scalp. Very interesting press action. Oh, yep, like I said, I mean, I think this trading range is too strong. This triangle is too strong. Maybe come back to the apex of the triangle. Very, you know, very common thing to happen. Pandas, man, bummer day today. It is what it is. Well, pandas, we're gonna make it back off stream. I mean, you can see my rhythmic, and it's no lie. It's just there. You know, there's no hiding my rhythmic. And you know where I'm at exactly. You can see it changing as I enter trades. You know, and it's my rhythmic. And so, if I do come out green today, don't be like, he's faking, whatever, blah blah blah. You know, got the rhythmic software to prove it. And so. Pandas, Hope you guys are trading well. Trade safe, everybody. And I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. You can watch this panda become a red panda or green panda. Let's see what we become today or tomorrow. And I'll see you guys bright and early. As always, happy trading. God bless.